Welcome to Barcode Collective. You'll be child's pose. Stay in child's pose, okay? Welcome to Barcode Collective. I'm Jasmine and I'm the yoga teacher here at Spacebar. I'm going to lead you through a 1-hour flow for deep stretches and also some core strengthening workouts. So for today's flow, you don't need any props. If you like to use blocks, you can always incorporate them into your practice. If you have any injuries, be sure to be mindful and move slowly to accommodate for your body's injuries. Otherwise, let's meet in child's pose. So here, Jacob is in child's pose. He has his big toes together, knees wide as the mat if you can. Forehead on the ground, and just begin to soften your hands. Make the hands as wide as your shoulders to soften the chest. And here we'll begin with 10 breaths, just beginning to slow your breath down. And as you're here, just focusing on softening your body, noticing the rhythm of your breath. And again, just beginning to slow it down. This is a good time to set an intention for your practice or even for the day. Your intention can be a mantra or simply a word of the day that inspires you. One of my favorite phrases is let go and let in. Just imagining yourself releasing anything that is being or weighing heavily on your body or mind, and allowing yourself to release so you can begin to receive. We'll breathe here for 3 to 4 more breaths. Beautiful. Let's slowly make our way forward to tabletop pose. We'll bring our shoulders forward over our wrists, palms as wide as your shoulders, knees as wide as your hips. Keep your core engaged throughout your practice. Let's start with 5 cat and cows. Inhale for cow pose, gently look up to the ceiling. Exhale for cat pose, press the ground away, round your spine. Good job. Inhale for cow, gently press the ground, look up. And exhale for cat pose, push the ground away, pull the belly in. 3 more times. Inhale for cow, slide your shoulders down. And exhale for cat, press the ground away. 2 more times. Inhale for cow, look up, slide the shoulders down to your hips. And exhale, good job. For cat pose, round your spine, press your hips towards your nose. Inhale for cow, last one, arch your spine, look up to the ceiling. Exhale for cat pose, press the ground away, pull your belly in. Nice. Tabletop pose, lean back in center. From here, let's take a puppy dog pose to open up our shoulders. So we're going to walk the hands forward to the front of the mat, all the way until your forehead comes down to the mat. You want to keep your hips directly over your knees. So Jacob will walk his knees back a couple inches so he can get his hips directly over his knees. Bring your forehead down to the mat. If you feel really flexible in your upper back and your chest, maybe even your heart and chin come down to the mat. Otherwise, just think about softening your shoulders here, having the hands as wide as your shoulders, and letting the heart melt down towards the ground as you slow your breath down here for 5 breaths. Feel the breath. Soften into the pose. 2 more breaths. Good job. Let's walk the hands back, releasing the pose back into tabletop pose, shoulders over the wrist. From here, let's take thread the needle and give our shoulders a break. We're gonna reach the right hand up to the ceiling. As you inhale, reach the right hand up to the ceiling. Look up to your fingertips. And as you exhale, begin to weave the right arm under as the right shoulder comes down to the mat. Bring the right cheek all the way down to the ground as the left hand extends forward, having the left arm straight to the front of the mat. Good job. You want to, again, keep your hips over your knees. So here, Jacob can walk his knees back a couple inches until his hips are directly over his knees. Good job. Surrender here. Breathe here for 5 breaths. Enjoy the opening of the shoulders. Close your eyes and just tune in to your breath. Enjoying the simplicity of your yoga practice as it gives you a time out of your day to simply tune in to the feeling and the rhythm of your breath, and also giving you time to notice your thoughts without taking any of them too seriously, just watching the thoughts pass by like clouds in the sky. Breathing here for 2 more breaths. Let's release. Bring the left palm all the way back until it's directly beneath the left shoulder. Let's stretch the right hand back up to the ceiling to counter the pose. Inhale here. Tabletop pose. Exhale, release the palm and knee down. Okay, let's switch sides. Inhale, reach the left hand up to the ceiling. Feel a stretch. Left hand begins to weave under. For thread the needle, bring the left shoulder directly to the ground, followed by your left cheek. Extend the right hand forward and soften. Close your eyes. Make sure the hips are over your knees. Maybe you find that you can walk your knees back a couple more inches. This will deepen the pose. And breathe here for 4 more breaths. Giving yourself this time throughout your yoga practice to just release. Giving the outside world a break as you focus all in on your own well-being, the wellness of your mind, your body, and your breath. Two more breaths here, softening your palms, relaxing the fingers. Okay, let's begin to release. Bring the right hand back beneath the right shoulder. Counter the pose. Inhale, reach the left hand straight up to the ceiling. Nice stretch here. And release. Tabletop pose, palm and knee down. Let's take our downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, push your thighs back, downward facing dog. Good job. From here, just begin to walk your dog, bending one leg at a time. We'll be here for about 5 breaths. The nice tip here to relax your shoulders and soften the back of the neck is to gaze at your belly button or the highest point between your legs in down dog. This will help your shoulders and the back of your neck to release any tension. And Jacob has flexible hamstrings. He's able to have himself in down dog with his heels on the ground. But if you don't have as flexible hamstrings as Jacob and you feel a little tight in the legs, maybe even the shoulders, you might find that having the knees bent and having the heels off the ground in down dog is a better option for you. Just experiment with what feels right and more comfortable for you. Option to nod your head yes here as you relax the neck and shoulders, and also to shake your head no. Good job. Let's find our way forward in plank pose, bringing your shoulders forward till you arrive in your plank. As you arrive in plank, activate your core. Naturally, our hips will sink down here in plank. Can you lift the sides of your hips about 4 inches higher towards the ceiling to create more strength in the core? See if you can dome the center of your shoulders by pushing the ground away. And feel your belly rise up to your spine, up to the ceiling to create that lift in the belly. Keep the legs activated, heels reaching to the back of the room. And hold here, breathing for 2 more breaths. Stay slow in the breath. Downward facing dog. Lift through the hips, push your thighs back. Take a deep breath here. As you inhale, big breath in. And as you exhale, full breath out. Good job. Plank pose. Let's arrive forward into plank. This is round 2 out of 3. Holding plank for 2 more breaths. Again, feel the sides of the hips rise up to the ceiling. Engage your core. And Jacob can rise his hips a little bit higher to the ceiling. Feel the belly engaged. Lift it up to your spine. And again, activate the legs. Breathe here for 2 breaths. If you're shaking, allow yourself to shake. This is the best way to get stronger, just to make ourselves uncomfortable for a little while. And downward facing dog. Let's lift the hips, push the thighs back. Deep breath in, inhale. Full breath out, exhale. Last round. Inhale for plank pose. Lengthen your shoulders forward over your wrists. You can hover halfway down and make it more intense and come into a half chaturanga. If you're familiar with chaturanga, squeezing your elbows. Okay, keep your legs strong and downward facing dog. Good job. Beautiful. And if that was hard, that's good. Just breathe through it. Take a deep breath in, inhale. Exhale, full breath out. Beautiful. Let's bring the feet together. Bend your knees, look in between your palms, and just step the right foot forward to the front of your mat, followed by your left foot stepping into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Fold forward, exhale, chest down, forward fold. 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, and fold forward, exhale, chest down. Good job. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen further forward, and fold forward. Beautiful. Exhale, chest down. Ragdoll pose. Bring the feet as wide as your hips. Grab opposite elbows. You can add a slight bend to your knees here if you feel tight in the hamstrings. Maybe this is pulling the hamstrings or the lower back a little bit too much. Feel free to bend the knees. Otherwise, if you feel good with the legs straight, keep the legs straight. Here you want to lean forward to your toes, feel the backs of the legs lengthen up to the ceiling, and allow your upper body to fully surrender over your legs. Option to sway side to side. We'll breathe here for 2 to 3 breaths. Again, just softening into the pose. Slow your breath down and enjoy this deep stretch. Okay, let's slowly release the hands down. Walk your feet back together until they are touching. And just begin to bend the knees. Add a tuck to your chin, chin close to your throat. Begin to round your spine up, bone by bone. As you step one bone over the other, slowly arriving into standing until the shoulders and head come up last. Beautiful. Walk yourself forward to the front of your mat if you're not already there. Here we'll begin our float. Let's inhale, reach the arms out, palms together at the top. Deep breath in, look up to your thumbs. Fold forward, exhale, push the hips back as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the chest to the front of the room. Fold forward, exhale, chest down. Plank pose, step back into plank. If you like to modify chaturanga and drop your knees throughout the practice, feel free. If you want to skip any chaturangas, always go straight to downward dog. Chaturangas can be modified or they can be skipped. Up to you. Let's take Jacob through chaturanga. Inhale, shift forward. Chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, open the heart to your cobra or up dog here. Shoulders down. Downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, push your thighs back. Beautiful. Breathe here in down dog for 2 breaths. Remember to gaze at your belly button. Engage your core and have the legs actively pushing back to stretch the spine. Good job. Let's bring the feet together, bend your knees, look forward and step or hop forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Fold forward, exhale, chest down. Inhale to rise, arms out wide, palms together at the top. Think of lengthening up to the ceiling, palms to heart center as you exhale. Walk forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms out wide, palms together at the top, and fold forward. Exhale, chest down, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, lengthen, fold forward as you exhale. Plank pose, step back into plank. Activate your core and your legs here. Inhale, shift forward, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, open the heart, go through your cobra or your up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale, tuck your toes, push your thighs back. Gaze at your belly button and breathe slow for 2 breaths. Breathing from the belly. Create that deep belly breath. Good job. Bringing the feet together, bend your knees, look forward and step or hop forward to the front of your mats. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Fold forward as you exhale. Inhale to rise, arms out wide, palms together at the top, palms to heart center, exhale. Walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms out wide, palms together, and fold forward. Exhale, chest down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Fold forward as you exhale. Plank pose, step back into plank. Inhale, shift forward, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, open the heart, push your heart forward. Downward facing dog, exhale, tuck your toes, push your thighs back. Breathe here in down dog for 2 breaths. Strong in the core. Nice tip here in down dog and throughout your yoga practice is to activate your fingertips and grip the mat like a gecko throughout yoga. This will help to create strength and control as you move through your poses. Let's bend the knees, bring the feet together, look forward in between your palms, and step or hop forward to the front of your mat. Walk forward all the way to the front of your mat. Good job, giving yourself more space. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, lengthen forward. Fold forward, exhale, chest down. Inhale to rise, arms out wide, palms together at the top, and hands to prayer. Exhale. Let's flow through one more of these. Inhale, arms out wide, palms together at the top. Fold forward, exhale, chest down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Fold forward, exhale, chest down. Inhale, bend the knees, step back, plank pose. Tricky, tricky. Inhale, shift forward. And chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart, cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, push your thighs back. Breathe here for 2 breaths. Good job. Inhale the right leg high, 3-legged dog. All the way up, bend the right knee and open the right hip so you stack the right hip over the left hip and begin to circle the right knee around here. Just creating as big of a circle as you can. Nice tip here as you're bringing the knee into a circle is to feel the left hamstring still pushing to the back of the room to give yourself a deep stretch, and feel your heart pressing towards your left quad. This will deepen the stretch of this pose. And just begin to circle the knee in the opposite direction. You can go as fast or as slow as you want here. We're just creating more mobility in the hip joints, creating some space. Keep your breath steady and slow. The deeper and slower your breath is, the more control you have over your body. Good job. Inhale, three-legged dog. Reach the right leg straight back behind you. Right knee to right elbow. As you exhale, let's come into some core. Inhale, reach the right leg straight back, lengthen the leg, and knee to your nose. As you exhale, bring the knee into your nose, almost as if you're going through a plank pose. Inhale, reach the right leg straight back, three-legged dog, and knee to opposite elbow as you exhale. Good job. Inhale, reach the right leg straight back, three-legged dog. This time, bring the knee into your nose. And as quietly as you can, just step the foot forward in between your palms, coming into a runner's lunge. Wherever you are here, just make sure the right knee is lined up with the right hip, so your feet are hip width distance. The right knee is directly over the right ankle. So here, Jacob can walk his right foot forward about 2 inches to get the right shin straight, right knee over right ankle. Let's drop the left knee down to the mat. Relax the back toes. If you need help with balance, keep the back toes tucked under. Otherwise, for an added challenge, release the toes. Let's take a low lunge and inhale as the arms reach up to the ceiling, bringing the shoulders over the hips here in the low lunge. Breathing here for 2 to 3 breaths. If you feel pretty flexible, you can always take a back bend here and just push the belly forward, push the chest forward, and lift up through the chest as you come into a back bend. Wherever you are, keep in mind that you want the right hip to pull back and left hip to pull forward. Take one more breath here as you inhale. And the left hand down to the mat. Take a twist, left palm directly beneath left shoulder. So you're going to bring the left palm forward by the right inner foot, but left palm beneath the left shoulder, so the space, and bring the right hand up to the ceiling, gaze to the right wall, or gaze up to the right thumb. Up to you. Beautiful. Breathe here for about 2 more breaths. Feel your pose. Good job. Let's release the right hand down to the ground. Let's move into a half splits pose. So we're going to straighten the right leg. We're going to bring the left hip back until it's over the left knee. And we're going to have the right leg straight until the right heel is on the ground, right foot flexed, so the toes are facing the ceiling. Good job. Inhale, halfway lift here and lengthen your chest forward towards the front foot. And exhale, just gently begin to fold your chest over the front leg, coming into a little hamstring stretch here. Breathing here for 3 breaths. If you have the splits in your practice and you really are fully comfortable in your splits pose, always feel free to take these poses as deep as feels right for your body today. Let's breathe here for about 4 breaths. And as you connect with your intention for your practice or for the day, let's say your intention is to let go and let in. Really begin to allow your mantra or your intention to be embodied. So feel it in your body, feel it as you breathe, and feel yourself really step into this mantra and embody it throughout the practice or throughout the day. Good job. Let's slowly bend the front leg and we'll meet again in a runner's lunge. You might need to scoot the right heel back to keep the right knee over the right ankle. Back toes tucked, the back knee lifted off the ground, just like Jacob. From here, begin to activate your core. we're going to begin to reach the right hands, or both hands, back by the sides of the body, reaching to the back of the mat. And we're going to hover our torso off of the front thigh a couple inches. This will definitely activate your core strength here. And we'll stay in this 45-degree angle for about 2 more breaths here. Good job. You should feel this by now in the quads, the glutes, and the core. Let's inhale for high lunge. Bring the arms up to the ceiling as your torso fully rises, shoulders over hips, hands up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Let's inhale here. Warrior 2 pose. As you exhale, arms out wide into Warrior 2. We're going to ground the back heel down. Proper alignment here with the legs is to have the front heel lined up with the back arch. And you want the right little toe to be directly facing forward, right knee over right ankle. See if you can bend deeper here in the front knee. Keep the back leg straight. Gaze at your front middle finger and find stillness here for 2 breaths. See if you can relax the shoulders. Sometimes we have the shoulders up to our ears, even if we don't realize it. Good job. Let's take reverse warrior. Inhale, reach the right hand forward. Keep the front knee bent, but bring the right hand back behind you for reverse warrior. Left hand slides down the back leg. And take a nice side body stretch. Keep the front knee bent, arm overhead straight, and the left leg straight. Bend the front knee deeper if you can. Keep that right knee over the right ankle. Stay strong in your core. Warrior 2 pose, come back to center. Breathe here, inhale, gaze at your front middle finger and cartwheel the palms down to the mat. 3-legged dog, come into your 1-legged down dog. Sweep the right leg up to the ceiling for your 1-legged downward facing dog. Find a stretch here. Option to flow through your vinyasa or go straight to your downward dog, up to you. You can add a vinyasa in your practice and flow through chaturanga or go straight to downward dog. And I'll lead Jacob through his vinyasa. He'll inhale, shift forward into a plank pose. You can have the right leg lifted for an added challenge. And chaturanga, exhale, hover halfway down if you can, and flow. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Push the body forward, shoulders down. Downward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, push your thighs back. Good job. From downward facing dog, we're going to inhale, reach the left leg up to the ceiling, downward 1-legged dog, and bend the left leg. Stack the left hip over the right hip and begin to circle the knee around here, just like we did on the right side, circling it around. Remember here, option to get deeper into the pose would be to feel the right hamstring push to the back of the room as you push your heart closer to the right quad. Gaze towards the back wall to relax the neck and shoulders, and reverse your circle, go in the opposite direction. Breathing here for 2 to 3 more breaths. Stay with your breath. Let your breath be deep and slow. Okay, inhale, reach the left leg straight up to the ceiling. 3-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow as you exhale. Inhale, reach the left leg straight back up to the ceiling. 3-legged dog. Knee to your nose. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the left leg straight back. 3-legged dog. Knee to opposite elbow as you exhale. Inhale, reach the left leg straight back, 3-legged dog, knee to your nose as you exhale, and quietly, gently step the foot forward in between your hands with control if you can. Have the right leg step back so the right heel is directly over the ball of the right foot. Left knee over left ankle. Jacob here in this case can walk his left foot about 2 inches to get a straighter line in the left shin. Once you're ready, have the back knee drop to the ground. Release the back toes for an added challenge, and inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling for a low lunge. Breathe here for 3 breaths. If you want to add a back bend here, you can always push your belly forward, push your ribs forward, and lift up through your chest. Good job. And Jacob can bring his palms together and have his arms straight in this back bend, and this will create more control as you engage your core. Wherever you are in this low lunge, keep the left hip reaching back, right hip reaching forward. Okay, let's gently release. Bring the palms down to the ground, framing the front foot. Keep the right palm onto the ground, plant the right palm down, reach the left hand up to the ceiling as you open up the left side of your chest, taking a twist here. Breathe here for 2 to 3 breaths. If you want to get deeper in your twist, feel your left hip pulling back, right hip pulling forward as you revolve the bottom rib cage under. And then feel your shoulders slide down to your hips. Let's release the left hand down to the ground. Take half splits pose. We're going to bring the hips back a bit to have the left leg straight until the left heel is on the ground. Have the left foot flexed, the left toes are facing the ceiling. Have the hands framing the left foot, if you can. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Halfway lift here. Find length in the spine and the left hamstring. And releasing, fold forward, fold over that left thigh for a hamstring stretch. Good job. Breathing here for 3 breaths. Jacob is really flexible, he has really open hamstrings. He's bending his elbows, but if he wants to go deeper, he can have his arms straight forward towards the front of his mat. And this will help him to find more comfort in the shoulders and a deeper hamstring stretch. Wherever you are, breathe here for 2 to 3 more breaths. Okay, let's ease out of the pose. We're going to bend the left leg and meet forward in a runner's lunge. We're going to have a left knee bent over left ankle. Maybe you scoot the left heel back a couple inches to get that left shin straight. Tuck the back toes, have the back knee lifted. Engage your core. Press into the front heel, and just like Superman, bring the hands by the sides of your body and lift the chest a couple inches, belly hovering off the front thigh. This will create strength in the legs and the core. Gazing to your nose, this helps to keep the back of the neck straight so you're not creating any tension in the back of the neck or shoulders. Breathe here for 2 more breaths. Keep that right hip rising if you can. Right leg straight. Now we're ready. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling, high crescent lunge. Find your stability. If you find that you're having a hard time balancing, just make sure your feet are as wide as your hips. Let's take warrior 2 pose. Bring the arms out wide, ground the back heel down. Gaze at the left middle finger. Remember to have the front heel lined up with the back arch and have the front knee bent. Back leg straight, shoulders relaxed. Gaze at the front finger. Breathe here for 2 breaths. Good job. Inhale, reach the left hand forward, flip your palm, reverse warrior, take it back, side body stretch. Back leg is straight, arm overhead is straight. Front knee is still bent and engaged. And warrior 2 pose, arrive back in warrior 2. Let's cartwheel the palms down to the mat and sweep the left leg back up to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Option to go straight into downward dog or take a 1-legged chaturanga for some more intensity. Inhale, shift forward, shoulders over wrist, and chaturanga. Inhale, open your heart for cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog, tuck your toes, lift your hips, push your thighs back. Breathe here in down dog for 2 to 3 breaths. And here we have about 2 more breaths and 2 more flows to flow through to open up the hips and open up our shoulders. Okay, let's bring the feet together, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, fold forward, exhale, chest down. Bring the feet together. If you have lower back pain, keep the feet as wide as your hips. Arrive in chair. Take a seat into your imaginary chair as you reach your arms up for chair pose. Biceps by the sides of the ears. See if you can take a deeper seat and bring the hips back in space to create a straight line from the knees down to your ankles. Breathe here. Inhale, lengthen from the outer armpits. Fold forward. Exhale, chest down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Fold forward, exhale. Plank pose, step back into plank. Here, I'll give you the option to flow through Vinyasa or Chaturanga, or go straight to Downward Dog. You choose. So that Jacob can do whatever he pleases. Vinyasa and Chaturanga are essentially the same thing. Okay, inhale, lift the right leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. And right knee to right elbow. Exhale, bring the knee up high. Inhale, reach the right leg straight up to the ceiling. Knee to your nose as you exhale. Inhale, reach the right leg straight back, three-legged dog. Knee to opposite elbow as you exhale. Good job. Inhale, reach the right leg back, three-legged dog. And knee to your nose. Let's gently step the front foot forward in between your hands. Good job. Let's drop the back knee down, release the back toes, low lunge, just like we did. This time, just for a couple of breaths. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. And gently release the palms down to the ground. Frame the front foot. Left palm to the ground, right hand to the ceiling. Take your twist, just like you did earlier. Option to intensify this pose and tuck the back toes and lift the back knee up. You can create more strength in this pose. And Jacob will have his right knee over his right ankle. Good job. And he'll also create more strength by lifting his left hip up to the ceiling. Left leg activated. Let's bring the right palm down to the ground. Take your Superman, bring the hands back by the sides of your hips and hover here for 2 breaths, just like we've done. Good job. High crescent lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Warrior 2 pose, arms out wide. Reverse warrior. Inhale, reach the right arm back behind you. Warrior 2 pose as you exhale. This time, adding on, inhale, reach the right hand forward, take side angle, and bring the right elbow resting on the right knee. Bring the left arm up to the ceiling. If you want a deeper pose, you can reach the left arm overhead. If your right palm can come down all the way to the mat through the inner right foot, you can go ahead and do that. If you do that, just make sure the right middle finger is facing the front of your mat, just like your right big toe. Keep the right shoulder directly over your right wrist. So maybe you walk the right wrist forward to get the right shoulder right over it. Good job. Keep the left leg straight and activated. And here, Jacob can push his hips closer to the wall and rotate his body open to the ceiling and have his left arm straight over, left palm facing the ground. Good job. Keep the left leg activated as much as you can. Nice. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten the right leg. Begin to bring the right arm up to the ceiling, reverse triangle, just like reverse warrior, but the legs are straight, right arm overhead. Press into the front heel to deepen your stretch. And cartwheel the palms down to the ground. Option to flow through your vinyasa or go straight to downward dog. I'll give Jacob his own choice. Vinyasa or downward dog. You choose. If you're sweating, give yourself a pat on the back. Inhale, reach the left leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow as you exhale. Inhale, reach the left leg straight back, three-legged dog. Knee to your nose as you exhale. Inhale, reach the left leg straight up to the ceiling. Left knee to opposite elbow as you exhale. Inhale, reach the left leg straight up to the ceiling. Knee to your nose. Let's step the foot gently forward in between the palms. Release the back knee down to the mat. Relax your toes if you need to. And inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling for your low lunge. Good job. Bring the palms down to the ground. Right palm down, left palm up. Take your twist here. Tuck the back toes if you did that on the other side. Lift the back knee off the ground to create strength in this twist. Keep the right hip rising up to the ceiling with strength. Bring the left palm down to the ground and then face down to your left big toe. Let's sweep the hands to the sides of the body towards the back of the mat. For our Superman, engage your core and come into this 45-degree angle. Good job. Feel your core here. Engage the right leg. And arms up to the ceiling. High lunge. Inhale. Warrior two pose. Exhale. Arms out wide. Gaze at your front middle finger. Reverse warrior. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm to the back of the room. And exhale, warrior two. Good job. Inhale, reach the left hand forward, side angle. Rest the left elbow over the left knee, or if you have the palm to the ground, take the depth you did on the other side. Good job. And Jacob can walk his left palm forward until it's present right next to the left inner foot, directly beneath the left shoulder. Feel as if you want to push your hips forward as you revolve the top hip and top rib cage open to the ceiling. This will create an opening in the body, in the hips and the shoulders. Good job. Strong core. Reverse triangle. Press into the front heel as you take reverse triangle, just like reverse warrior, but the left leg is straight. Inhale, left hand to the back of the room. Feel the side body stretch, front heel pressing down. And cartwheel the palms down to the ground as you exhale. Feel free to skip chaturanga if you want to add your vinyasa. Go ahead, or go straight to downward dog. You choose. Just stay with your breath here. All right, one more flow. Let's bring the feet together. Bend your knees, look forward, and step or hop forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Fold forward as you exhale. Inhale to rise, arms out wide, palms together at the top, and hands to prayer as you exhale. Good job. Bring the feet together. If you have lower back pain, feet hip width distance. Take chair pose. Take a seat in your imaginary chair. Inhale, arms straight up to the ceiling. Engage your core, lengthen from the outer armpits. Inhale. Fold forward, exhale, chest down, forward fold, chest down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Fold forward, exhale, chest down, plank pose, palms down, step back. Inhale, shift forward, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, open your heart, cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Good job. Let's take our last flow on each side. Inhale the right leg straight up, three-legged dog. Right knee to right elbow, exhale. Bring it up as high as you can to the shoulder. Inhale, reach the right leg straight back, three-legged dog. Knee to your nose as you exhale. Inhale, reach the right leg straight back, three-legged dog. Knee to opposite elbow as you exhale. Inhale, reach the right leg straight back, three-legged dog. Knee to your nose. Gently step the foot forward in between your palms. Drop the back knee down, release the back toes, low lunge. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. You can take a back bend here if you'd like to. And let's bring our hands to heart center. Release the palms to the ground. Let's take half splits again. Straighten the right leg, hips back. Right foot reaches to the front of the room until the right foot is flexed. Right leg straight. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Soften forward. Exhale, come into a hamstring stretch. Breathe here for 3 breaths. Good job. You should be feeling pretty warm now. In this practice, we're strengthening our core and we're strengthening our legs as we open the shoulders and the hips and hamstrings. Good job. Let's slowly release. Bend the front leg. Come into a runner's lunge. Right knee over right ankle. Tuck the back toes. Let's bring the left palm to the ground. Right hand up to the ceiling. Take a twist. And to create more strength here, feel as if someone is lifting you up by the right fingertips so much that you come onto the left fingertips on the left palm. So you're using the strength of your side bodies to stay lifted here. Breathe here for 2 more breaths. Embrace the challenge. Bring the right hand down to the ground. Let's take that Superman pose. Bring the hands by the sides of your hips. Engage your core. We're feeling pretty giggly. Engage your core. Lengthen your body forward. Lengthen your left leg back. Arms straight back. Good job. High crescent lunge. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. High lunge. Use all of your strength. Warrior 2 pose, arms out wide into Warrior 2. Reverse Warrior, inhale, take it back. And Warrior 2 pose, exhale, come back through center. Triangle pose, let's prepare, right leg straight. Inhale, the right hand reaching forward. Left hip reaching back, and triangle, right palm down to the ground. Right palm to the ground, left hand straight up to the ceiling. Good job. Breathe here for 3 breaths. This can be a passive stretch, or you can create strength here by pressing the feet firm into the ground, having your legs flexed, side of the body lifting up to the ceiling with strength, and core reaching into your spine. Good job. Reverse warrior. Inhale, bring the right arm back behind you, front leg is bent. Reverse warrior. Inhale, the right hand back to the back of the room. And cartwheel the palms down to the ground. Option to flow through your vinyasa, go through plank into chaturanga through up dog, or go straight to downward facing dog. You choose. I'll give Jacob his choice. Next time, if you want to, you can always do vinyasa. Let's do the left side. Inhale the left leg up to the ceiling. Left knee to left elbow as you exhale. Inhale, reach the left leg straight up to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Knee to your nose as you exhale. Inhale, reach the left leg straight back, 3-legged dog. Knee to your opposite elbow as you exhale. Good job. Inhale, reach the left leg straight back. Knee to your nose. Gently step it forward in between your palms. Drop the back knee down. Release, low lunge. Inhale, arms up. Take a back bend here with a strong core if it's in your practice. And with your breath, release the palms to the ground with control. Half splits pose. Begin to squiggle the left heel forward, left leg straight, hips back in space. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your chest forward and fold forward. Exhale, chest down, forward fold. Breathe here for about 3 breaths. Take a note of how your body feels mentally, how your mind has shifted, if it feels any different now in this practice compared to the beginning of your practice. Maybe the body feels more open, more warm. Okay, let's begin to bend the front leg. Gently bend the front leg. Right palm down, left knee over left ankle. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, left palm up to the ceiling. Take a twist. And again, feel as if someone is lifting you up by the top fingertips to rise onto the right fingertips, creating strength in the side body and the core. Good job. Nice in the right leg. Nice and activated. Good job, Jacob. And let's bring the left palm to the ground. Take your Superman. Bring the hands by your sides. Engage your core. Have the arms straight back. Shoulders reaching down from the ears down to the hips. And inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Good job. Beautiful. Warrior 2 pose, arms out wide into Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach the left arm straight back. Feel that side body stretch. And Warrior 2 pose, exhale, come back. Left leg straight. Inhale, reach the left hand forward. Right hip back, triangle pose. Exhale, palm down to the ground. Or shin, right hand straight to the ceiling. Feel your hips push forward, top hip, top rib cage rotating open to the ceiling. Try to keep your left wrist lined up in space with the right wrist lined up with the right shoulder. So keep that right arm straight, coming from the right shoulder blade. Nice. Reverse warrior. Bend the front knee, reverse warrior. Bend that leg. Use your core. Inhale, left arm straight to the back. Feel that side body stretch here. And cartwheel your palms down to the ground. Option to take your last vinyasa here, or go straight to downward facing dog. Whatever feels right for you. Flow with control. Good job. Downward facing dog. Let's take a child's pose here. Meeting in child's pose. Have the big toes together. Knees as wide as your mat. Forehead down. Let's take 5 breaths here to reconnect with our bodies and find a moment of silence. Okay, from here, let's take this into tabletop pose. Bring the shoulders forward over your wrist. Let's step the right foot forward in between the hands. And we'll come into a half pigeon. So we're going to walk the right foot behind the left wrist and bring the right knee behind the right wrist. The goal is to have the right shin parallel with the front of the mat, but it might take time to get it to that depth. It might be at an angle for your body if you feel tight. Lengthen the left leg straight back until the right hip softens down to the ground. Good job. And we'll breathe here. And Jacob will see if he can get his right glute to the ground. If you're at home, you can always slide a pillow or pillows beneath the right glute to support this deep stretch and make it a bit more comfortable for you. Otherwise, begin to inhale, lengthen your heart up to the ceiling in the pose that you're in. And then gently soften down to your elbows. If it's in your practice, you can bring your elbows down to the ground. If you need to bring your right shin more at an angle to bring the right hip to the ground, feel free to do so. And we'll breathe here, bringing the weight into the left hip for about 3 to 4 slow breaths. Good job. 2 more breaths here. Okay, let's ease out of the pose. We're gonna walk the hands back. You can stay in this pose as long as you want. I recommend staying longer, maybe 10 breaths if you can. You can always pause the video and just breathe for 10 breaths and then continue. Otherwise, we'll meet in tabletop pose. Bring the right knee back. Let's switch sides. Bring the left foot forward. Step the left foot forward in between your hands. And go ahead and begin to walk that left foot behind the left wrist. Straighten the right leg straight back behind you. Inhale, halfway lift, hands by the hips, lengthen up to the ceiling. And as you're ready, begin to soften deeper into the pose. Walk your hands forward until the elbows come down. Maybe your forehead comes down and you can use your palms stacked over each other as a pillow beneath your forehead. Up to you. And we'll breathe here for about 3 to 4 breaths. Good job. Soften deeper into the pose. Okay, let's walk the hands back by the sides of the hips. Take your time. We're gonna meet in tabletop pose and bring ourselves back onto all fours. From tabletop pose, we'll make our way onto your back. So go ahead and make your way onto your back in your most natural way. Give yourself time to get there. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug here. Nice deep twist. We're gonna come into a twist. We're gonna bring the knees down to the left side and come into an easy twist. Knees down to the left. As you bring the right arm out to the right like an airplane.